Head to Indy and catch up with Kaitlyn Vincie.
Well, John, I had a chance yesterday to talk with the team manager at Furniture Row Racing, Joe Garrone, for a long time about this. And he told me when 5 Hour Energy decided they weren't coming back in early July, they only had about 2 months to try and secure another sponsor to fill that spot. So he said that they had that deadline set forth from that technical alliance with Joe Gibbs Racing, also a deadline for Toyota. So he said in 2 months' time, we just didn't have enough time to find another sponsor. But he said they looked all throughout the Colorado market, all through every market, really, but they came up short. So that is what has led Furniture Row Racing to this point. But he told me he's very optimistic, very positive about the fact that this team could go on to win another championship. As you mentioned, they've overcome a lot of adversity in the past. This will be no different, and one of his primary focuses right now is finding the people of Furniture Row Racing jobs at other racing organizations for 2019 and beyond. That has been a big focus for Joe Garrone. Guys.
Yeah, Kaitlyn, that's always been a team that definitely expected at Joe Gibbs Racing next season. What does that mean for the current lineup at JGR?
Yeah, John, that certainly begs the question, which driver would be out for that immediate 4-car stable at Joe Gibbs Racing? From what I've been hearing throughout the talk in this garage area is that driver would be Daniel Suarez. The rumors have been that he will be moving over to Levine Family Racing, taking over that 95 car, that car becoming a Toyota entry in 2019. But at this time, we can't confirm any of that, but that seems to be the most plausible scenario of what could happen there at Joe Gibbs Racing next season. John?
Yeah, Kaitlyn, that's certainly the word that's out there, but let's take a quick look at the numbers behind Daniel's.
So, Brad, we're here in the museum inside Indianapolis Motor Speedway. All these cars for Roger Penske, all this history sitting around you.
I think it's a shame, Kaitlyn, there isn't a NASCAR stock car in here because we haven't won the Brickyard, at least at the Cup level, and what a shame that is, and I hope we can change that.
Speaking of crown jewels, though, you won one at Darlington not too long ago.
Keselowski now slides up the banking in front of Kyle Larson. Big basket of playoff momentum on the way.
Keselowski gets it done at the track too tough to tame.
Has it set in yet for you that you are a Darlington winner?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. It really is. You know, it's been a big deal to me to win the big races, and we hadn't done that until we won the Southern 500 this past week. So to get that done and to be able to put that on our resume, it means a lot to me personally. It means a lot to our team. It means a lot to our season as well.
For Southern 500 champion. Great job, pit crew. That last stop was awesome. Thank you so much for that.
How do you feel like it kind of just gave your team a shot in the arm, per se?
Well, I think, you know, like any race team, when you're going through a long year, your battery gets drained, and it's the wins and it's the good runs that just recharge you. And for us, winning in Darlington feels like a complete, you know, breath of fresh air. We're now recharged and feeling great going into this 11-week stretch to hopefully determine a championship in our favor.
Where do you think you guys are at right now as an organization, Penske?
Well, it's hard to quantify, you know, where we're at, because we have 3 teams, and I think we've all had different strengths and weaknesses. They haven't always aligned perfectly. So with that in mind, we're really proud of last week in Darlington, the 1-2 finish for Team Penske. But that's not a guarantee of future success. We have to go out there and we have to earn it each and every lap, each and every weekend. And so it's really hard to quantify. We haven't had a lot of races where I feel like we've had, you know, top 2 or 3 speed. Had a lot of races where we've run 5th to 10th the whole race. And normally that's pretty good, but the gap between 1st and 5th and 5th to 10th has been bigger than I think we've seen in a long time. And that means 5th to 10th isn't good enough to win. You need to be 1st to 5th to have a shot at winning.
Yeah, what would it mean to you to do just that on Sunday?
Well, you know, the Brickyard 400 is one of the few things that Roger Penske hasn't won here in Indianapolis, and I know it's one that he really covets. Hopefully this will be the year.
What do you think this race is going to be like? A lot of unknowns. You guys didn't get to practice, no track time. What do you think you're in for here?
Well, the Brickyard always throws curves at you, and this year is probably as much as any before, with, you know, the rain kind of canceling all the weekend, the track having different conditions, different tires, different rules packages. We have no idea what to expect, but the good thing is we have nothing to lose. We've got a win under our belt. We've got a pretty good spot in the points for the playoffs, so we can just go out there, have fun, and hopefully bring home a ring.
So, yes, there are a lot of good news. That 24 cars, 5 wins in the Brickyard 400 is the most in the Cup Series.
Thank you, John. Well, yeah, William Byron was a past winner here at the Brickyard in the Xfinity Series. But what are the challenges ahead for you guys today? No track time. Your first time here in a Cup car.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's challenging, but it's a challenge every week. So I think this weekend with no practice, the guys seem to unload pretty fast cars, and with all the tools we have now, our cars should be close off the truck. So I feel like most weeks we start in race trim anyway, so we'll just start in race trim and try to make some passes. The first couple laps around here will be trying to get my bearings, but kind of know where the passing zones are and what things I got to do to make sure I can pick off a couple at the start.
And given the fact that this is the last race before the playoffs begin, what's kind of your mentality, your mindset, knowing that you have to win to move on?
Well, I think Darian's always been aggressive with the strategy, so if we can continue to be aggressive with the strategy, that'll be good. We finished 6th at Pocono, and it's a similar racetrack to this, so we were able to lead some laps there on some strategy as well. So I feel like hopefully we can continue that momentum from there and try to capitalize on it. But honestly, just try to have a solid run. There's probably going to be a lot of wrecks down the stretch, so we just got to try to be in the top 5 and see what happens.
Your organization, Hendrick Motorsports, has had a lot of success at this racetrack. Have you leaned on Jimmy Johnson at all for some insight on how to get around here?
Probably not as much this weekend because I've been here in the past. I've looked at a lot of data, a lot of onboard cameras, things like that. But I've got some people that I kind of use each week and kind of use them as a resource. And also we've got a simulator at Chevrolet to help us with this racetrack. So hopefully that stuff is close, and we'll kind of put it to the test this weekend.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We certainly do appreciate it. William Byron looking to get that first Cup Series win here today. John?
Kaitlyn, thank you very much. And
Well, John, I'm going with a driver that we heard from earlier today, and that would be Brad Keselowski. Roger Penske, first Cup Series win for him here at the Brickyard. Guys?
Kaitlyn, thank you very much. And also, it bodes very well to have an interview on race day in terms of race